Jazakallah, Brother Muhammad Sheikh. May Allah reward you for delivering such an enlightening lecture. Ladies and gentlemen, now I will open the floor for your questions. I would like to I would like you to make sure that you follow a few ground rules. Please make sure that your questions are concise, brief, and pertaining to the topic that has been discussed tonight. Any questions that are out of the context of the lecture that has been discussed will not be entertained. The format of the question and answer session is such that the ladies will be given the opportunity to ask their questions, and once we have covered the ladies section, we will roll the mic over to the men's side, and then you will be given the opportunity to ask your questions. We will not entertain any long debates, so please keep your questions concise and to the point. I would like to request Brother Muhammad Sheikh again to come and answer your questions. Brother Muhammad Sheikh.
My question is, can a believing woman be an imam in congregation during the performance of salah?
Okay, thank you. You see, you can be imam. Now you can sit down if you like. You see, your question is that a woman wants to lead the prayers in imam in specific condition, that is salah, the prayer. You see, if you see in the mosque and in the Masjid al-Haram, sacred mosque, everywhere in the whole world because that is the place where you have to take the salah. So it was never in the Masjid al-Haram, sacred place. All the prophets came and all this. It was always the men who were leading the prayer in the mosque. But at the same time, I will read an ayat for you to identify. There is one woman mentioned in the Quran as Maryam in Surah Al-Imran 3:42 and 43. وَإِذْ قَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَاكِ وَطَهَّرَكِ وَاصْطَفَاكِ عَلَى نِسَاءِ الْعَالَمِينَ. And when the angel said, O Maryam, Mary, surely Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you above the women of all worlds. So in the Quran, Maryam, there are other women also mentioned in the Quran, but Maryam especially is mentioned, peace be upon her, mentioned as the chosen woman of all the worlds. For her, Allah says further, Ya Maryam uqnuti li rabbiki wasjudi warkai ma'al raki'in. Meaning, O Maryam, be devout for your Lord and prostrate and bow down with those who bow down. So that means she is not an imam, but she is bowing down with people who are already bowing down. They are like a muqtadi, who are the followers. So from this verse we can come to know that Maryam was the most chosen woman. Otherwise, Allah would have asked her to be the imam, the leader, but she said, you bow down with those who are bowing down. So we have never seen any person, any woman in the whole world who are the imam, the leader in the mosque, woman. But let me tell you one thing. Whenever you are reciting or praying alone, for that I tell you, that's in Surah Sabah 34 and Ayah 46. قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَعِذُكُمْ بِوَاحِدًا أَن تَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ مَثْنَى وَفُرَادًا ثُمَّ تَتَفَكَّرُوا مَا بِصَاحِبِكُمْ مِنْ جِنَّةٍ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا نَذِيرٌ لَكُمْ بَيْنَ يَدَيْ عَذَابٍ شَدِيدٍ. Say surely that I sermon you with one word, that you stand for Allah in twos and singly. Then you think and reflect. Your companion is not from the jinn shielded or mad. He is but a warner for you between hands of a strong punishment. In this verse, Allah said that you can stand singly or you can stand in twos. This don't mention the salah. It means in the salah as well in all aspects of the orders of Allah. Whatever is in the book, there are many orders in the Quran that you have to follow, men and women both, with the differences of their difference of biological difference. They have to follow in their own way. But women establish salah alone when they want to. They don't go to the mosque all the time. When they are establishing the salah alone, they are like imam, because the imam recites the ayahs, and the muqtadi who was standing behind, they don't recite, they just listen to the ayat recited by the imam. So once you are standing alone, that you are fulfilling what like an imam does. Like the imam reads and the muqtadi do not recite. When imam is reciting in the prayer in the congregation, So he is just reciting, we are just listening to the message, instruction given by that man, Imam. So once you know the ayahs or you understand the ayahs, now if you are reciting, you are establishing the prayer alone, singly, so that means you are Imam. In,
Have anyone praying behind me?
but you're doing it
I-
yourself as an Imam. So, but you can't lead the prayer because it is not practiced in the mosque.
Right.
And there is a that you know women will not comfortable if men are standing behind you.
Exactly.
That's it's human nature. So that is why the women are not imam or the leaders in a congregation. Suppose I tell you, you can do it in a house. There are hafiza in the Quran, in the women, so they can lead the prayers in the women in the house. But I've noticed, I've heard, I'm not sure that they stand in a row. They don't lead the prayer, but they stand in a row and the same saf. You know, see, they don't lead. Like she's going to Hafiza, she's reciting, so all the women are like this in one row, and she's establishing the salah like an imam, but not forward. This is established in the house, but not in the mosque. But I'm telling you, if you're reciting alone singly, you're an imam. But there in the Western world, this woman started, and I don't know, I saw it television. She went into the church and become an imam, and all this in the church, men and women also praying behind her. So you can be, but in other aspects of life, you can be imam. Imam is one aspect is salah. There are other aspects like zakirat, you can zikr of ayats, you can do that. But this is what I'm saying. Okay.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम क्वेश्चन इज द imamat continues in the lineage of people
People, lineage of people. Okay.
yes lineage of
Okay. You see, the question is the imamat continues or the leadership continues in the lineage of the people, in the ancestry. They say from the ancestry the imamat is coming. The leadership away from the nubuwwat has been transferred like this and into the present. You see, I read an ayat in my lecture, again I'll repeat to that, Al-Baqarah 2:124. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَتَمَّهُنَّ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا قَالَ وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ عَهْدِ الظَّالِمِينَ. And when his Lord put Ibrahim to trial with words, then he completed them. He says, surely I am the maker of the imam, leader for mankind. So Ibrahim said, from my offsprings, he said, my covenant shall not reach the oppressors. Now this is a trial that Ibrahim was put to trial with words of Allah. He completed those words, so he got the imamat, the leadership. And we saw how Ismail sacrificed his son. The son said, I'm ready to sacrifice my life. So what I'm saying is, Allah says that imamat will continue, but not to the wrongdoers. The righteous imamat. We are talking about there are two types of imams I've discussed in my lecture.
yeah.
So there are two types of imams. We are talking, Ibrahim wanted a righteous imam like him. So he got his son, he asked from Allah to give him an obedient son or a tolerant son or a corrected one son. So he got the son and the imamat continued. But if you go and if you just go through the Quran, you will see Nuh al-Islam could not guide his son. So Nuh al-Islam was a prophet of Allah. He delivered the message to his wife and his son, but the son did not follow. So that means Allah says, my covenant shall not reach the oppressors. So that means his son did not get it. The Nuh al-Islam was a messenger of God, but his son did not get it. Allah says, my covenant will not reach the oppressors. So imamat will continue to the right imamat, you can say,
yeah.
in the nearness of God,
Yeah.
will continue if the son is ready to sacrifice. But he doesn't want to sacrifice, it will not continue. The other type of imamat he may get. You see, there are kings who got bad sons. There are kings who are good, the sons are bad kings and good sons.
Yeah.
So it is not like Ibrahim Islam was the father of the religion, his father was not righteous. So this, you see, you must understand, it is like if you say, okay, father was a mushrik, so Ibrahim should be a mushrik. This is no rules. Allah has said it will continue, but not to the wrongdoers, oppressors.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. My question is, please explain the weekend in the Aima in the word.
Sorry?
Weekend Aima in the earth. Explain it.
Acha. Weekend Aima. Weekend Aima are those people in the Quran who were oppressed by the Firaun. They were not weakened afterwards. They were weakened when Firaun had weakened them. No, it can be other people also. But the Quran is, we are talking about that verse, you are asking from the specific verse where Firaun weakened them and slaughtered the sons or sacrificed the son and shamed the woman or kept them alive. So Allah wanted, and He weakened them by doing this and making groups and sects in the earth. So in these were the weak. Allah wanted to show this Firaun that these weak people, Allah made them the Imam. So what weakened people means who are weak, and they were made Imams. So they were weakened, but Allah showed this because he was a high class, he was very arrogant and big person, and the Quran says he had got the wealth and everything. He wanted a palace to rise himself, but Allah make those weakened people make the Imam. So what is in your mind? Weakened people? No, they were not weakened people. They were weakened because of the capture or the enslaved them. But they were not weak people. Allah made the weak people who were under the influence of these Firaun, they were weak. But then these weak people became the Imam because of the belief, and the earth inheritance was given to them to show that Allah said he was made for. So he was also made Imam by God. So he was inviting to the people to the fire in that context. Okay?
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh sir.
Yeah.
My question is, what is the status of Imam of the Forbidden Mosque?
Okay. This Imam. You see, I read ayahs, I will read and again these ayahs through Al-Imran 3, 96, 97. Inna wala baytum wudiya lin-nas lalladhi bi Bakkata mubarakam wa hudal lil alamin. The first house place for the people is that with Becca, blessings and guidance for the worlds. Fihi ayatum bayyinatum maqam Ibrahim. وَمَنْ دَخَلَهُ كَانَ آمِنًا وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. In it are clear ayahs, signs, the standing position of Ibrahim. Whosoever enters it becomes secure. And for Allah is Hajj, pilgrimage of those over the people. Whosoever has the capability towards its way, and whosoever rejects, then surely Allah is not needful about the worlds. You see, I read these ayahs right now. And this ayat is referring that the place of guidance and barakat is in the house of Allah. That is the status of the house, and in it are the maqam Ibrahim, the standing position of Ibrahim. Now that standing position is, what is the standing position of Ibrahim? That he was the Imam in the house of Allah. That he was tried by Allah, and Allah gave him the Imam, the leadership in. So that maqam of Ibrahim is the place where Imam stands to pray. That Imam at this time. So you see, when he's standing there, he is standing on the place of Ibrahim alayhis salam. That is his maqam. So he is reciting what? Ayats. And all the ayats that he recited, you bow down to that and prostrate to that, and then he doesn't sit there and talk to you what you should believe. What you should believe or what not should you believe. All the mankind from the world are visiting there just to follow the practices of the salah. And in the salah, the ayahs are recited to mankind, and these ayahs are the governing ayahs and the mutashabih or the events, whatever. The message is taken by you, you follow, practice, that's your job. But he is not sitting there afterwards and giving you sermons. So his job is just to establish the salah. And nothing else. So his leadership is there, just to recite. Any person who stands in front of a mosque in Imam and recite the ayahs, he doesn't give his opinions about what is right, what is wrong, and what. If he does, then the book should be consulted. So if he does something and tell you, okay, this is the way and this is the way, so you have know that this is the Imam, the leader, the book. So you will judge him by this Imam, the leader. So I have not heard, because I went 2-3 times. He never sits there and discuss anything about religion. So he's just practicing this and he leaves away. So in that context, what his personal belief, I don't want to know, and I don't want to know. And I just follow the ayahs which he recites.
Just follow the prayers.
The format of the prayers. We follow that, and we practice that all over the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wa alaikum salam.
In the pages of the history,
Ji,
we find there are
There are
huge
many.
number of imams.
many numbers of imams.
Even today they are found by themselves. Are they self-contained or appointed through God?
You see, we have gone through lectures in our lecture. The right or the wrong imam is put by God, whether they are right or wrong. Yeah. You see, right also, I just read this ayahs, that whoever is وَاتَّخِذُ مِن مَقَامِ Rasulullah is standing there praying, and he's not talking of religion, because he has delivered the Quran in the Salah or in Taraweeh. He's not talking anything else, or he's sitting there and educated. No, or is he? If anyone in the history, if there are other imams, are they referring to the book or they are referring to something else? Or in the present day imam, are they referring to the book or something else? So in the history also and in present tense also, any imam, whether right or wrong, you have to identify. And our identification is this imam, the book of Musa, the leader imam, to judge these imams. If you know that this guy is an imam, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, talk to this guy, and you'll come to know whether he's talking about the book or whether he's talking other than the book. Because the leader imam is this book of Musa and Allah's book, and all the prophets were governing by this book. So this is the basic imam of all times, the book, the leader, and a mercy and a guidance for all mankind. So this book is leading you to the right path, to the Sirat Mustaqim. So any imam, me or any human being, any part of the world, can educate the book if he knows the book. So if any person is guiding his book by the book, he can be appointed by God, is appointed by God, and the wrong is also appointed by God. Wrong is also, Allah is giving the people to do wrong. Allah said, we made the imam, the Firaun and his people. He made and they are inviting to the fire. So what I am saying is, we have to identify ourselves, the imams who are guiding to the truth or they are guiding to the fire. So you can only identify if you are opening your eyes of the book. If you are closing the book and don't want to know anything, and you go to any imam, and then you want to live in a blind life, you want to have blindness in you, then it's difficult. But if you open the book and ask an imam to, you read an ayat, you don't understand, you go and talk to this guy. What this ayat, please explain.
You don't blindly follow what the imam is saying.
Yeah, do
But
not follow, yes, again.
Do not blindly follow him.
Yeah,
But test him with the book.
yes.
If he is in line, to be accepted, otherwise rejected.
Thank you very much. This is what I'm trying to say. Any other person?
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, please.
My question is, what is the status of imam who leads the prayer in most of the world?
Yeah. You see, whenever he is standing in any mosque of the world, because all the mosques of the world are Shatral Masjid Haram, the portion of the sacred mosque. Every mosque of the world I'm talking about. Even in the house also, if you're facing the Kaaba, you are a part of the sacred mosque. The Shatral Masjid Haram, the portion or the intestine half of the sacred mosque, that is the prayer. The other half is for Umrah Hajj. When you go there, you have to complete there. So any mosque you go, what the imam is reciting, you join the imam. So that imam is reciting Allah's ayats. Every imam of the world of the mosque. Now you must understand that ayat I am following. In that capacity, you have to bow down and prostrate with him, because you are following the Quranic ayats. But after that, he's inviting you and educating you about what his school of thought is. So then you must say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and leave the mosque. Then you go to another mosque. Then you join the prayer. Once he's reciting the ayat, you have to follow, because that is Allah's ayat. I have to bow down and prostrate myself. And the moment he says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, come here Mama Sheikh, I want to teach you about the school of thought. This one. I said, thank you, Assalamu alaikum. So remember, any belief of any imam of a mosque, if you follow that, then you're not following the imam of Allah. That is the Quranic ayahs. The book, basic book of imam is reading in the prayer. So I am joining the prayer because this imam I have to follow. So I stand, bow, prostrate because this imam is reading. Now if he doesn't believe, that's his business. So I will join every mosque of the world which are facing the Kaaba. Whenever I'm here or outside in the Pakistan or any part of the world, any mosque I pass by and the time comes, and if I want to join the mosque, I will join the mosque just for the prayer. Because in the prayer, he is representing Maqam Ibrahim Musalla, and that he is reciting the Allah's ayahs. So I have to join. But you know, today this is the basic imam. The most powerful imam is this book. Afterwards, the prophets and all these guys, they are later. But you close this book, do not know nothing, you're just going to the, as he said, blindly to an imam, he's saying anything, and you say, I'll go and talk to my imam. Then your blind will be on the day of judgment. The Allah say, Iqra kitabak, read your book, kafa bi nafsika alayka yawma hasiba. You are in trouble. So, and who is blind in this world, he will be blind there. So we don't have to be blind. Any other question?
Assalamualaikum. My question is,
Yes.
if the person is not literate,
Sorry?
if the person is not literate,
Okay.
he don't know how to study. So how can he judge the person, this one is the right imam or that one is the wrong
Yeah,
imam?
very good question. You see, I will refer to an ayat in Baqarah 285 hours, okay? آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. It means that the messenger believe in what has been revealed to him from his Lord, and the believers also believe. Each one of them believe in Allah and His angels, His books and His messengers. We make no distinction between one another of His servants, and they say, we listen and we obey. What they say? وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَطَعْنَا. And in my lecture also I was trying to say this, that if I am a person who cannot read the Quran, cannot, but when the ayahs are educated, like you are sitting now, I was reciting the ayahs. Suppose you are uneducated, you can't read. But the spirit is in you. The truth of Allah, Allah has breathed the spirit in everybody. The spirit of the essence is in you. Now, if I recite the ayah, the spirit is in you, whether you don't know how to read or write, you do not know how to read or write, but when you hear the essence of the message, you can come to know that this is the truth coming from God, if you are a good person. So you will say, وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَطَعْنَا. We listen and we obey. They didn't read. وَقَالُوا سَمِعْنَا. They said, we heard, we listen and we obey. So believe me, the more illiterate person is, the more easy he convinces. I have come across with intellectuals, they want to find, like this and like that and like this. The more a person who doesn't know read or write, the spirit is good in him. Because he thinks, first of all, he thinks this is coming from Allah, and he's got no knowledge, he doesn't know how to read, right? And he will say, I listen, we listen and we obey. The more learned people are, they want to, Allah said that when the knowledge came after, when the clarification of the knowledge came after that, they make divisions. So people who do not know how to read or write, they listen and obey. So when I was reading, I said, Wallah, they say, Allah said, read, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi, read in the name of your Lord. If you can't read, then there are people who say, Qalu sami'na wa ta'na. They listen and they obey. Allah has given the Furqan, the criterion, the spirit or essence in using you. So he can listen and understand. He doesn't have to read and understand. He will live whatever he's talking about. The man who's talking about the ayahs, a person, if he's a good person, because he says, La yamassu illa al-mutahharun. You cannot touch the essence if you don't purify. If you want to purify yourself, whether he's illiterate, whether he's a woman, whether he's a man, a person who wants to purify and correct himself, he will understand the message. That's the criteria laid down by Allah. Not the intellectuals, not this, but the one who want to purify themselves. Otherwise, you cannot touch the book. So this guy who will listen, somebody goes to a discourse where Quranic ayahs understanding is given, and he listens to the ayahs, and then he goes to that place where an imam is not talking ayahs, he's talking his own thoughts. So he will understand the difference, because he's got the Furqan and the spirit in himself. He's got the criteria to judge between right and wrong. If Allah has not provided you this essence of Allah's message in every person, nobody never can believe. You see, when we hear the ayahs, it comes inside is the spirit, but we are programmed into schools of thoughts we follow the imam. But actually the ruh is in everybody, the essence of ayah's message, not the words, not the understanding, but the spirit form. Like if I say,
Like we can feel that what is wrong and what is right.
no, when the ayahs are being, for example, if I say I can marry my sister, how do you like it? Huh? Where did you read it? Go and talk to an illiterate man, he say, what are you talking? So this is the spirit. No books teaches, you have not from the childhood, no book, no school, never, it's in the Quran. So the Quranic verses, I have met at least so many Hindus, Christians, some of the Buddhists and atheists also, and believe me, I presented verses and not a single in my life man was able to deny the ayat. I know how to present the ayat. I said, you deny? He said, no, I cannot. Why? Because it's so true, he knows it. But he cannot show from his book. They're practicing the same thing what Quran says. In general, mankind, without knowing, they're practicing the book of God, but their book says it's exactly opposite. This is the truth. You see, that is what I'm saying. They will reject their own book. You don't have to convince any human being, believe me. You just have to present in the right aspect of the ayahs if you know. Look, this is what the book says. Believe me. So what I'm trying to say, this illiterate man, if he's good, he will understand. Believe me, it has nothing to do with literacy to understand this book. It has to do with your purity, how much purified you want to be. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much.
With this last question, we bring our lecture to a conclusion. Thank you very much for your attendance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.